Today, we're not just sharing a report with you guys, we're giving you a playbook that you can take back to your teams to help you navigate these changes. Before we get into all of that good stuff, we thought we'd start with something a bit fun. It might be a little bit close to the bone for some of you customer service people in the room. Now, whoever's been in customer service in December, let's be honest, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Queues just blow out of the water, expectations spike, and your most patient support reps wonder what on earth they're doing with their life. So with that in mind, we put together a short clip that's going to come up on the screen in a second that demonstrates this emotional rollercoaster that your teams will be going through at this time of the year. And I think you guys are going to recognize the main character. So Mita, take it away.
Every year, as the lights of CXmas start to twinkle, there's a chilling realization for every customer service rep. Peak season. The tickets pile up, the hold times stretch into eternity, and no matter how many cases you close, how many metrics you hit, it's never enough. The customer is never truly satisfied. This is the bitter, cynical world of the Grinch rep, a former customer experience star, and now broken by the impossible expectations of CXmas.
We thought solving the issue was the goal.
They solved my issue in 3 minutes. Back in my day, problems took weeks. Young people these days rush everything.
Oh wow.
And now, fueled by terrible reviews and holiday frustration, he's on his way to steal CXmas.
Oh, another extremely dissatisfied survey. They want a delightful experience? Oh, I'll delight them right into the unresolved queue. Down goes your customer satisfaction score. Ha! I'll just stop this boy to the customer program. On this customer journey, and all your positive survey responses. Customer support. You know, Cindy, I don't get it. I do my job, I answer tickets. I even stay late, but somehow the reviews are always harsh. It's like no one sees the effort.
Oh, Mr. Grinch Rep, I've seen you. Not everyone leaves bad reviews, you know.
Thank you. But it's the loudest ones that echo, Cindy. I feel like I'm climbing this mountain just to drown in them.
That's exactly why you need to come celebrate CXmas with us. Because despite the unfair reviews, there are plenty of clients who appreciate what you do.
Celebrate CXmas.
Yes, and this year we're honouring you.
Say
You
what?
have to accept your award,
An award for me?
the Best Customer Support Representative.
You said, I'll go. But don't expect me to smile from performance. You got me, officer! I did it! I'm the Tier 3 customer support representative who stole CX snakes. And I'm sorry. The fact is, I truly care for the customers. You heard him, officer. He admitted it.
Yes, I heard him all right. He said he was sorry.
And with a clink and a clack, they plugged the CX dashboard back, and oh, what a scene! The whole board burst to life in a brilliant beaming green NPS sheen.
I know. Harry.
Maybe CXmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
Yeah. That's up to the marketing team. I haven't seen that yet. That was really good. But look, I'm sure we sometimes feel like the Grinch rep at Christmas time when we're managing all of our customers and so on and so forth. But it really does sort of demonstrate the importance of this topic, and especially at this time of year. Now, to get into the report, I'm going to be handing you over to our CEO and co-founder, Meeta. A lot of you know who Meeta is, some of you might not. But Meeta's going to take us through our current state of customer service and experience expectations report. She's worked with organizations of all shapes and sizes, so it's very well positioned to take you through these insights today. So please, again, put your hands together, and Meeta, over to you.
Thanks. It's quite a hard act to follow that video, so hopefully everyone's had a drink or two to absorb these insights. Very exciting. But like Ben said, experience expectations keep rising. My expectations, my grandma's expectations on customer experience, really, then my parents, then mine, and my kids is completely different, bruh. Even the language is different, to be honest. So we put together a market study. We've done this across 3 geographies in North America. This one is really the AU one. What is the customer really wanting in terms of service? So many different companies are working out whether they still want to talk on the phone, whether they want face-to-face service, whether they want to talk on chat, mobile, whether they want to talk to a robot, whether they want to... So the options are endless. And us as decision makers are having to make some big investments, reduce cost in places. So this is really about what is the Australian consumer wanting and what is their expectation when it comes to customer service. And this is across all types of industries that we looked at. Generally, what are they looking for? Everyone's got a customer service story. You can't go to a barbecue where someone doesn't talk about how long they had to wait for the Optus this and the Telstra that and the big queue, the Qantas. Everyone's got a story on their customer service. So whether we like it or not, customer service and how people are treated. Customer service is this big moment of truth where people get to experience the company beyond the product, beyond using the paint or the phone or the actual shoe or the t-shirt. This is where the rubber hits the tarmac of, they were selling this, but actually they're really good. And given that we're living in an experience-based economy, it's becoming more and more important, although people say it's less important because AI is going to do everything. The report may surprise you a little bit. Before I go into the report, I always like to talk about the customer. Obviously, the report is not based on these 6 faces over here because, that would be really not a good use of your time. But on the right-hand side, a little bit of a younger me over there. We really need to change that photo so people can still recognize who that is. What's customer service to me? When I'm on the phone and I'm talking to an airlines or a telco or electrical service provider, I have limited patience in pressing many, many buttons, especially when they say, click this for that, press this button for that. And I really lose patience because I am an engineer originally when they ask me to repeat things to different people. So I've explained my saga to Sally and then she's like, I'll just move you on to the other team, explaining it to Tom again. And I'm like, really? I like telling stories, but not that one. So I'm someone who still likes to talk on the phone. And I also am enjoying doing the chat. Keep it on while I'm working. And I know you're going to take ages, but at least you're not wasting my time and giving me a bit of a neck sprain while I hold the phone. But I tend to avoid talking to anyone in customer service if I can, because if I can solve it myself, I'll just go do it. Or I'll just ignore the problem till it really blows up. And, they stop me at immigration saying, no, your passport's not really there. Whereas my sister-in-law here, Sindhu, she is tech-savvy young mum, about a generation younger than me, and she buys online products, omni products, she goes into stores, she buys products from overseas, the best silicone lunchboxes for her kids, and she buys products that have amazing customer service because she really believes in the returns journey. She says, if this doesn't fit, we'll just return it. And I'm like, you bought it online, how do you even return it? Where are you returning? Don't worry, you just go online, print the label, or you talk to the... So she's very savvy and she pays higher dollar for a product that provides good experiences because she knows why she's doing it. And over here, Layla, also one of our engineering leads. We have a lot of girl engineering leads in our company, which is amazing. She loves buying international products. And so for her, she's multilingual. She needs multilingual customer service. She's buying products in different countries and she's buying really expensive soft toys for some reason, Labubus. And I've just learned a lot about them from her. But the type of service she expects is top notch because she's willing to pay the money. So even amongst 6 or 7 people, the channels that everyone is using, the languages they're using, the expectation and the quickness of which they want to ring the company versus those that want to avoid because they're living in the past of how bad customer service used to be is very varied. So we've got to be aware that customers are very different and what makes up the market. Today, we're going to be doing a brief dive. How are Australians navigating customer service? What channels do they use? How often do they interact with companies that are their core providers? You know, we talk about pain points a lot, but what are actual pain points and what are churn points? Like, we've really gone down and in depth and talked to customers and asked, well, is this just pain or will this make you switch the brand? Would you switch a provider? Would you switch a retailer because it just got too bad? And what are the subtleties in that? Now, we can't have a presentation in 2025 without AI, so we've got one. But it's really relevant to this particular presentation because AI is being experimented the most in the customer resolution journey. Customers are resolving their problems on ChatGPT and probably have a lot more knowledge than some of the staff, which is really tricky to navigate, maybe misleading knowledge as well. So what type of AI do consumers want? Do they want just AI or do you want assisted AI? Do they want your people to be smarter and faster or do they not want to talk to people? There's a lot of answers in there. And what personas are there? I won't go too deep into that today. But what does the dream resolution experience look like for the Australian consumer? What do they think is a dream experience? So brace for impact. How often do they perceive they need customer service? So 41% say only when absolutely necessary will I ever get involved with customer service. So about 50% of the market. Then there's 11% that says less than once a quarter. So people are less and less because remember about 10 years ago, we went into this thing called self-service. The advent of the internet, our websites became smarter. We gave a lot of empowerment to customers. However, things have got complicated. Products have become complicated. And so it's not that easy to self-serve anything as it was maybe 5 years ago. And then you've got others who say once a month, 16% of the market says, I'm always talking to customer service. I like doing it. Now, this is the age-old question that we're all asking each other. What channel? And there's so much debate in companies around what channel should we invest in? Should we reduce the number of contact center staff? Should we increase? You know, management sometimes don't understand. These are the people that are saving bad experiences. So bad experience may have happened in the product, in the retail environment, and it all comes back into the battlefront of the customer service rep. No one brings a customer service rep to say, Merry Christmas, how are you? There's always a problem. So these are the people that are recovering and reinvesting and building loyalty. So 55% of the market is saying the preferred channel is still the phone. They want to talk, followed by email and live chat. 2 or 3 years ago or 5 years ago, phone really had a big tower. Now people want this mixed mode. The consumer is becoming a little bit more savvy around for which type of service do I want immediacy? For which type of service do I trust the email? And for which type of interaction is chat okay? So there is this next generation that is omni and they know what type of service. 20% still prefer the in-store, I want to talk to a human. And I talked about this a little bit in some of the other market reports we've delivered because we are not in the Great Depression anymore and we're not in the Great COVID and we're not in the Great Post-COVID. We are what I term in the Great Frazzle. We are a more frazzled economy or person than we were 12 months ago, and this is because of many externalities that are hitting us. We have a cost of living pressure. We have CEO pressure to return to work. The whole economy is now having to juggle. How do we return to work? We didn't have to return to work, but now over the last 12 months, we've got a bigger mortgage. We're going to have to pay for public transport. Traffic is really bad, horrendous. We have all these activities we built up for our kids. And now, not only that, we've got political environment globally that hasn't been more unstable. Geopolitical tensions are there. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. And so there is this moment that is the great frazzle. Everyone is a little bit more frazzled, whether they're in our retail environments, our B2B environments, the consumer is greatly frazzled. So what does this actually mean? It means there is value in the unfrazzled. If you are able to deliver simplicity or ease, there is premium attached to it. And that's why this in-person is still holding ground because a human unfrazzle through smiling to saying, how's your day? Calming the emotion before the information is delivered. Unfortunately, the chat can't do that still. So there is huge value in the unfrazzle, and the in-person is still playing. Social media messaging apps, no, not so much. We're seeing in Australia and certain other economies we're releasing the report, yes. Sorry, I don't have a simple answer for you, like just do one channel. But if any of you are dabbling with multiple channels, you're actually delivering the customer's need, which is quite different right now. And the in-person is something to think about. If you do have stores or you have something where you can resolve issues, the customer will really value it right now because you're unfrazzling them. So when asked, when this is not me saying this is what makes great customer service, this is the Australian consumer saying, define what good service means to you. Number one is effective resolution. People expect fast resolution, and that's just a hard reality. Today we can get a pseudo board created on ChatGPT. You can type in, I'm looking for a board that has Elon, and 3 minutes later you have a board ready without having to pay for it. So people are really able to get answers faster, and resolution is not easy because we are living with legacy IT, legacy systems, supply chain issues, people. There's a lot of industrial relation actions going on right now in the economy more than ever. Then the number two is even more interesting, knowledgeable staff. Now the bar on knowledge is growing day by day because everyone is more knowledgeable, because guess what? Everyone's got experts at their fingertips. And number three is response speed. None of you that are in customer service, none of this is rocket science or something I'm delivering. It's good to know the top three pillars are as important as they always were, and the customers still value that. So if you look at this thing over here, short wait times. We went through a time where wait times were everything. We were like, if we can just shorten the wait time, we're winning in customer service. Now, a lot of us, because of the omni-channel play, have been able to get past those wait times. So that's no longer the expectation. The resolution is the expectation. That's what makes a good customer service moment. What does speed look like? We talk about speed, and like I said, there's lots of generations, and speed means something different. The good old letter arriving from overseas in 12 days from England. Speed now is Amazon's delivery in 4 hours, or, Iconic delivering something same day. That same consumer is entering the customer service environment or the customer complaints environment, and they can't discern between the fact that this is not a retail situation or this is not us buying something. This is a complicated payments, credit card thing gone wrong or something gone wrong with their address. This is complicated things. However, 37% of the market expect a resolution within few minutes. And unfortunately, the big A's of the world, the Apples, the Amazons, the Domino's, are really moving this expectation, and it's not going to get any lesser. 24% within an hour, and then 13% within a few hours, and then the rest of the quarter is in the day. So this expectation is moving. You all know this. And minutes, I'm quite surprised that people expect resolution in minutes, but it is getting there. Response time expectations, because some of the resolutions are now available to them through different AI products.